Hey, welcome back to the Shayne and I show. My name is Shayne.
I'm Max, and socks are on my feet.
And you got a job.
And I got a job. Well, I wanted to break it to him, but okay, yeah.
We'll get back to that because we got to take care of some stuff first.
Okay, yeah.
We'll get back to it, and you can break it to him. I just wanted to say you got a job.
I feel like we're really jerking everyone around now.
Now we got to build the suspense.
All right, well, build suspense while we tell you about coffee.
Yeah. As always, this episode is sponsored by Mindgrinder Coffee.
Yep. Go to mindgrindercoffee.com.
Order yourself some.
Mm-hmm.
$15. I keep telling everybody, I just sold some to a guy at my gym.
Yep.
And he's like, dude, that's way better than Pete's.
Yeah. Yeah. Pete's is really, Pete's used to be dope, and now I don't know what happened, but it's medium coffee.
So I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. It's better than Pete's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, www.mindgrindercoffee.com. $15.
Fucking do it.
$5 for shipping. If you buy 2 bags and you use code free shipping 24 at checkout, get free shipping.
Free shipping. That's a screaming deal, folks.
Screaming deal. And it's 16 ounces of coffee.
Hell yeah.
We don't rip you off like other places do, like give you a 12-ounce bag or 10-ounce bag. We give you a full 16-ounce bag.
Hell yeah.
So, and we do not raise our prices.
That's right. Inflation can suck it.
Inflation can suck it. All right. And this is the podcast about nothing.
That makes you think of something.
And we're back.
We're back. Here we are.
So back.
Yeah. Shayne, I have a question.
Yes.
What service do you use to ship Mindgrinder coffee?
I use good old UPS.
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 The United Parcel Service.
Yes.
Well, screw you, because I work for their competitor.
You do.
Yes.
Max is back in the working world.
I finally, after more than a year of trying and getting the bureaucratic fucking workaround, got my job at the United States Postal Service.
Here in town?
Here in town.
That's cool. You don't have a long commute.
No, it's 10 minutes, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And when you got to show up at 7 a.m, you want a short commute.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
You want to get up early. Recently, one of my overnights, my Sunday overnight got taken away. I'm talking about commuting. So my Sunday overnight got taken away. So I get to go home on Sunday nights now, which is nice.
That's nice.
I'm off of work at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not much to do, but I have to be up. I have to be back at work at 8 o'clock the next morning. So I get to commute.
Yeah.
I fucking hate commuting.
I believe it.
So I leave early.
How far is your commute?
It's just up to Santa Rosa. It's what is it from here to Santa Rosa? 15 miles?
Well, it depends on what part of Santa Rosa.
Yeah, I'm back. It's back. It's by it's off of Highway 12 all the way back that area.
Like by the road to Calistoga?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a way.
Yeah, it's actually 2 blocks from Calistoga Road.
Yeah, that's way the fuck out there.
Yeah, so if I leave my house at 7 a.m,
mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I get there by 7:40, whatever, and I could chill in my car for a couple minutes. I leave any later than 7 o'clock, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
It's so weird that the way that it works.
Well, fucking traffic starts to back up when it starts to back up.
Yeah. You having a 10-minute commute,
mm-hmm.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't have to get on the highway or anything.
No.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
In fact, if I were to get on the highway,
yeah.
It would take me longer to get there.
I bet.
Yeah.
I was listening to this thing. I was listening to this podcast. I listened to this show called The Basement Yard.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys was talking about how he was taking an Uber from his house because he had this flat tire. It goes back to commuting, right? Mm-hmm. To the place where they record their podcast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a straight road. He's making a point. It's a straight road,
mm-hmm.
right? It should only take me 5 minutes to get from my apartment. 10 minutes most, right? If we hit a red light or something.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, so I'm in the back seat of the Subaru and I'm talking to the tow truck guy to come and get my car out of my garage and whatever. And I look up and I'm going over the fucking Manhattan Bridge. He's like, there's no bridge in this scenario.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Okay.
It was funny.
Shayne, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you a little tip.
What's that?
This isn't radio, but I'm going to give you a little tip about,
you're going to give me a little
recorded audio entertainment.
Right.
And all that. Just telling somebody else's story like that.
Right.
Though it's fine because you credited them and everything, but it's not very good listening.
You know what?
What?
There was a point to it before you got all
Preachy?
Preachy, yeah.
Yeah, well, I like to opine sometimes.
My point was, commuting sucks.
Well, you could make we had already made that point. The point's been made. In fact, I bet you we don't have.
Can we get back to the fact that you have a job?
No.
Yes.
I bet you we don't have one single listener who disagrees with the statement commuting sucks.
I would assume if it's somebody that lives the van life, who works out of their van.
Yeah, you know what the worst part of the van life is?
Is you live in a van?
No, it's the driving.
Yeah. It's the stuff they don't show you about finding a place to spend the night.
Yeah, and being fucking stuck in traffic because you got to get your van from A to B, and this is just where you fucking are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you never see them in like big cities.
No.
They're always in like these off places.
Yeah, because there's no traffic there.
I work remote. I have this remote job that I could just chill in my van all day with my 2 dogs.
Hey, you don't have to commute, go for a swim in a lake.
Butt naked.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hell yeah. Dude, nothing like skinny dipping with nobody around.
Right.
And you can just like dance with your bits out.
Hey,
flopping
I got a question.
Around. Yeah.
Say a woman's name.
Teresa.
Ooh, you got that right away.
Thank you.
There's this thing on TikTok where people are like, say a woman's name, and people are all like, what do you mean?
Just a woman's name.
Yeah, just a woman's name.
I said Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was a thing, and I went on TikTok, and it's a thing, dude.
Just say a woman's name?
Yeah, people are like, hey, say a woman's name.
All right. Then, Shayne.
Yes.
Say a woman's name.
Sarah.
Sarah. Wow. Oh, man. This was some really entertaining shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it upbeat, man.
No, that's good. I can see why why it got big on TikTok.
I don't see how it got big. And you know what? The other one I don't see how it got big on TikTok?
How? Why?
Is the one where like, we're just friends. Of course we're going to hang out together and wear each other's clothes. Even though we're
I've been seeing that shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking, there's so many stupid goddamn trends on the TikTok and the Instagram and the whoop hoops.
Yeah.
And all this is me being an old grumpy guy, but
old grumpy guy.
But I mean, I'll even go like old school, like a Tide Pod challenge.
That was stupid.
That was so stupid. These are the people who in just another like 5 years
we'll be running shit.
They're going to be our fucking doctors and our pilots.
Could you imagine going to the doctor's office and the doctor's you're just talking to him. You're like, oh, this guy seems like a pretty cool doctor. He's like, yeah, you know what I did once? And you're some reason you get on the topic and doing stupid shit when you're a kid. Maybe you're in there for an injury and you're like, oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
I fucked my knee up being a stupid kid, you know? And the doctor, like, yeah, I did a bunch of shit. I did a bunch of stupid shit. You know, once I did the Tide Pod challenge and you're like, dude, I don't want this guy looking at me.
Yeah, here's
I'm fucking walking out. I'm fucking done.
Here's exactly how that comes out. You ask, hey, so what made you want to be a doctor? He says, oh, well, when I was 14 years old, that's definitely old enough to know better. When I was 14 years old, I ate a bunch of Tide Pods because TikTok told me to, and I almost died, and a doctor had to save my life.
And I was like, wow, I want to become a doctor and not a degenerated influencer.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing I've been noticing too is people that are like real influencers.
Mm-hmm.
They're horrible.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Like horrible people, dude.
An influencer by their very nature has to be superficial.
Yeah.
It is literally their job to be superficial, and the people who thrive at it, I would think mostly are people who just naturally incline towards superficiality.
Yeah, it's just like dude, it's just I don't know why I got on that kick, but I was just thinking about it the other day. I'm like, if you're an influencer, you have to be like just hanging out with people that you don't even like.
Yeah.
Because they're offering you something.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I went through that when I was a kid. Like I hung out with people that I didn't like just because I was trying to fit in.
All right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to ever do that again. Like as an adult, I'm fucking not hanging out with people that I don't like.
I used to do that if I was struggling to come up with enough beer money.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well these people have beer.
These people have beer and they seem pretty easy to like manipulate.
These people have beer. They look kind of lonely. I can keep them company. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I think this is our Christmas episode.
Well, we should start getting in the spirit then.
And I think we should probably do some New Year's shit too. I don't know. Are we going to do an episode before New Year's? I mean, you're working now, so I mean,
Well, let's give it a shot.
let's start with Christmas.
Let's go as if we're going to do an episode for New Year's.
Right.
Okay. But we'll start with Christmas.
We'll start with Christmas because this will come out before Monday, before Christmas.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I know I mention this every year. I watched Elf. Great movie.
Elf is one of those ones that it is good.
It is one of those.
It is one of those Christmas movies that it just fucking, every time you watch it, you're just like,
tickles you.
Will Ferrell is a fucking genius.
Yeah. You know, one of the best things about Elf, I was watching it this year and I realized one of the very best things about that movie is the little things.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many teeny little things.
Yeah.
Like when he's fucking eating cotton balls. And the humor is not, and it's in his joy in the cotton balls.
Yeah.
And he like this little magic trick for, it's fucking great, man.
I got two that I really like. They're kind of the same premise.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Bill Murray and Scrooged.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know. I hate like the original Christmas Carol. It's good and all, but Bill Murray and Scrooge, come on, man. It's Bill Murray, classic fucking Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And it's a Christmas Carol, basically.
Yeah.
My other one is a Nick Cage movie.
All right.
I'm going to surprise people with this one.
Do it.
Nick Cage, The Family Man.
The Family Man. I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's basically just like a Christmas Carol, but in a modern twist.
Okay.
It's fucking good, though. I watch it every year.
All right.
I watch it every fucking year.
Nick Cage is great. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I know he's done a lot of garbage movies.
Yeah.
But
I found out, I did a little research to find out why he was doing those garbage movies.
Why?
Because he was in like a ton of debt.
Yeah.
And they were just paying him. It was a paycheck.
Of course.
He's like, yeah, okay.
Of course.
I'll do this. I'll do this.
Yeah. Why would I be in hell? What was the one with the flaming head motorcycle guy?
Oh, Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Why will I be in Ghost Rider 3? Because they're going to pay me $1 million.
Yeah.
I would be in Ghost Rider 3 for $1 million. I'm sure they probably paid him more.
But
than
the
that.
Family Man, you could tell he actually did work it. He was good. Like he's good in it.
No,
you know what I mean?
When he's like doing a good project, he's a fucking great actor.
And it always, for some reason, it always gets me in the feels, that movie. So
there you go, man.
It's like the one that got away. You know what I mean?
If it gives you the feels, then that's great. That's something you want out of a movie.
Yeah. So the plot, he has this long-term girl, and he's like,
wait. Instead of giving away the plot, just tell people to watch it.
Just go watch.
Just go watch it.
Go watch it, man.
Just go watch it.
Go watch it. So some other Christmassy things are going on around here.
Yeah.
People are doing their fucking lights.
First.
Yeah.
What's your top Nick Cage movie?
My top Nick Cage movie.
Yeah.
I got to tap and think about it.
All right. While you're thinking, I'll tell you mine because it kind of changes from time to time.
Right.
But at the moment, it's Con Air.
Con Air, he was good in Con Air.
I fucking love
I don't
Con
care what
Air.
people say. Con Air with that cast, though. That cast in Con Air is fucking brilliant.
Oh, good.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Fucking Vin Rhames. Fucking John Malkovich.
Yeah.
A bunch of cameos by some other dudes.
It was
John Cusack is in it.
That's right. He's the cop.
He's the cop. Yeah. The guy that played Daryl's brother in Walking Dead is in it. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's in a ton of stuff.
Oh, Merle's in so much stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I
his
can't
real
either.
name.
But he's been in so much stuff.
You're like, oh, hey, look, it's Merle.
Every now and then I'll be in the mood to watch Star Trek.
Right.
And I'll be like, hey, it's Merle from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, he did a few episodes of Star Trek.
All over the place.
But my favorite Nick Cage movie, it's an early one. He's only in it for a few minutes. Okay. And he doesn't even have any lines in it.
You can say the name
Fast
of the movie.
Ridgemont High.
He's in that movie?
Yeah, he's only in it for a couple minutes.
Oh, all right. I had no idea.
He's like literally in it for like 3 minutes. I couldn't really think of anything off the top of my head, so that's the one I always remember him on.
Yeah.
It's Fast Times.
All right, yeah.
So
you were going to say an old one. I was going to think maybe The Rock, but
no, I like The Rock.
He was great in The Rock.
The Rock was good.
Yeah.
That was when Sean Connery was getting to his end.
Yeah, but that was still like when Sean Connery was the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like how Liam Neeson had a brief hint with The Man until he started being the man until he started doing the same fucking movie all over it. Like it would be titled something different, but it'd be Liam Neeson in The Passenger, and it's just like, dude, it's the same plot from Taken, except he's in a plane. Yeah, except he's in a plane.
Yeah, but he's still yelling on the phone. Where's my daughter?
Yeah. So yeah, man. So yeah, that's my. Actually, you know what my favorite Nick Cage movie is?
What?
The Family Man.
Okay. Hey, there it is.
Just because I like it so much.
That's great.
And it, like I said, it gets me in the feels every time I watch it.
Yeah.
But I was on my way here, and there's a bunch of fucking light stuff going on in people's front yards.
Yeah, well, it's almost Christmas.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of them waited.
Yeah, it's not October anymore.
Yeah.
It's fucking Christmas is like next week.
Yeah.
So they
and
can
that's
do that
okay.
now. Yeah.
I think that's okay. Like
Absolutely.
if you put all your shit out a week before Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas, I think you're good. But if you put your shit out the day after Halloween,
yeah,
that's
that.
too early.
Yeah. I will give somebody all of December.
Right.
But that's it. That's where
and
I draw the line.
And the same thing with Christmas music. Like I'm not a guy that hates Christmas music.
Yeah.
Right. What I hate is the day after fucking Halloween, Christmas music is playing.
Yeah. I hate that
I don't mind Christmas music playing in December. On December 1st, if you want to play Christmas music, fucking play that Mariah Carey Christmas music song or whatever it is.
I don't mind it at first in December.
Right.
But by about this time, do you know how many times today alone I heard covers of the song
Santa Claus is coming.
No.
You ever heard the Bruce Springsteen version of that song?
Probably.
Santa Claus, that's what it sounds like.
All right.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Huh.
But it's this Christmas, last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Yeah, that Wham song.
Yeah, exactly. So I heard 4 covers of that today before 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It was horrible.
The ones I could get behind are like the ones that you don't hear too often. Like when they, in the 80s, when they did that Do They Know It's Christmas song? Do they know it's Christmas time at all?
Yeah,
with that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That doesn't get it. I can listen to that every time it comes on.
All right.
It doesn't get old to me.
It'll get old once you hear the 4th cover of it in a single fucking 5-hour stretch.
But it's like when you listen to Sirius XM and they play the same commercials on sports talk radio. If you ever listen to sports talk radio,
no,
they play the same fucking commercials. Like the first time you hear one of them, you're kind of like, oh, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. And then like if you keep listening, the 80th time, you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah. I don't really care about my prostate that much.
No, I mean, I care about it, but not enough to want to hear about the same.
Fucking... Yeah. Or because like you figure if you're listening to talk radio at fucking 11 a.m., their target audience is older people. So you're listening to like a lot of like, get your life insurance warranty. Yeah. Why can't I talk?
Yeah.
Get your life insurance with an upgrade.
Yeah.
With a free fucking coffin.
Get a new Medicare supplemental plan.
Yeah. Get your new AARP card.
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking I'm at the age where I could get an AARP card.
You know, I learned you can be any age to get an AARP card. I do so many road trips. I've thought about getting one for the discounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the special one though, where I only got to pay like $5 for a year.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. Cause I'm, old.
Cause you're old. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Christmas is coming. I see you got your tree all set up. Now, do you guys get a new tree every year?
No, we have a fake tree.
We do too.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice fake tree.
It looks real.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you look real close.
Right.
And it lives in the garage in pieces most of the year.
That's what we do to ours.
Yeah.
It's fuck going out and trying to find the perfect tree. If you could find a good size fake tree that looks real, buy that shit.
Yeah, especially like trees are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Now, man.
Especially if you go out every year and you buy a goddamn tree.
Yeah. Two good trees are basically the same price as one fake tree.
Yeah.
So you're after your second year using the fake tree, you're just saving money.
And then it dies. The real tree eventually dies
The day you bring it in, you're picking up fucking needles
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fig trees are cool. Fig trees are where it's at, man.
Yeah. Real trees are a fire hazard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in our area. Well, we don't got to worry about it right now. I mean, we're getting plenty of rain, but
Yeah. At the moment. Yeah.
at the moment. But that's a nice tree.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you something I've been doing lately.
What's that?
So I'm on like a new kick, and my kick has been gardening. And yeah, the weather's turned, man. But I've been like really into gardening lately.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you garden a Christmas tree?
No. But I've taken like, I uprooted all the plants and shit from the veggie garden that I had over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were still alive. They just weren't really producing much anymore.
Right.
Anyway, I uprooted them. I chopped them up. I put some like manure and shit on top, and then I covered that with mulch. And I'm going to let it turn into this beautiful compost for next year's vegetables.
I really don't care.
Well, all right.
I'm glad you have a hobby.
I have a hobby.
I'm glad you have a kick.
My hobby is making dirt.
I'm glad you have a kick.
I'm making good dirt. I'm making real good dirt.
You could, I'm telling you, dude, you should still start a website for for your rocks.
Yes, I should.
Because you could probably make a pretty penny off some of those rocks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, people, Max has a garage full of like nice rocks.
Nice rocks, man. I sold a bag of,
and we're not talking about drugs.
yeah. I sold a bag of rocks for like,
I got a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
Remember that Charlie Brown Halloween special where they're going around trick or treating, and Charlie Brown always gets. I got a rock.
Yeah, I don't really remember it.
Oh, you guys suck.
Yeah.
How do you not remember Charlie Brown Halloween special?
Well, probably because I haven't watched it in a good, I'm going to say 30 years.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time either, but I remember I got rocks.
Yeah, good for you.
So more Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Did you know in Australia, if your kids are bad, they have Krampus? Krampus.
I know about Krampus.
And I did a little research on good old Krampus. And there was actually a horror movie in 2015 called Krampus.
Was there?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't watch it, but excuse me.
Yeah.
But could you imagine? Now, here's the thing about Christmas that, kind of is weird, right? Because on one hand, you're going around to your kids when they're young, right? And if you're a young kid and you're listening to this, I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil this for you.
You know what? God forbid young children listen to our podcast.
You're walking around and you're telling your kids, "Oh, you better be good, or Santa Claus isn't going to bring you nothing."
Yeah, you better be good for goodness sake.
Yeah. In Australia, they're going around telling their kids, if you're bad, good old Krampus,
it's going to kidnap you and eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does. I just know that they use it as leverage to get your kids to be good in Australia.
I think Krampus eats children.
Yeah.
He's like, so they talk about him in Australia, I guess. I didn't know that.
Right.
But he's like an old fucking like German winter goblin demon creature thing monster that eats children, I think.
He's like Saint Nick's. The story that I read was that he's like Saint Nick's
evil twin.
Yeah. Like
nice.
they got separated or something like that.
He was the left one.
And he was the left twin. Yeah. They're like Siamese twins.
Yeah.
And they chopped him no, I'm making that part up. They chopped him in half to do an experiment.
Yeah.
And then you had good Saint Nick and you had Krampus.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of this family, not a Family Guy, American Dad episode I watched of the Smiths going to war with Santa.
Okay.
Like they had like machine guns and the deers had machine guns, all because one of the people didn't care if they were on the good list because the rest of the family was on the bad list.
Okay.
It's a good episode.
Okay.
It's a good episode. But yeah, man, Krampus. Just imagine telling your kids that shit.
I'll tell my kids some shit.
Are you going to tell your kids like, "Hey kids, be good"?
Like, all right, so I don't have kids and I don't plan on having kids.
Right.
But if I do,
right.
I'll tell them about Santa Claus, but then you got to have balance. So many of these kids nowadays, they're ruined. They're doing Tide Pod challenges and shit. And it's because their parents never told them that if they do stupid shit, Krampus is going to come and fucking eat their fingers off, right?
And their toes.
Krampus is going to bite off your fingers and toes if you fucking do stupid shit like eat Tide Pods and make me take you to the goddamn hospital, right?
Yeah, on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, really any day, but especially on Christmas
I'm just throwing
Eve.
Christmas Eve in there.
Anyway, so yeah, I would tell my kids about Krampus, and yeah, that's about it.
Would you tell them that if you're good though? Because what does Santa Claus bring if you're bad? Just a lump of coal?
Lump of coal.
That's it?
That's it.
But
Which, honestly, a lump of coal in December is pretty useful.
Yeah.
It gets cold. You can burn it for warmth.
Yeah, you can also sell that shit.
You can sell that shit.
Somebody.
Yeah. Also, like nice anthracite coal nowadays, it's been remarketed and called like Shattuckite or something.
Right.
And you can sell that shit for buku bucks as a mineral specimen.
I think we got to modernize what Santa Claus is going to give a kid that's bad.
Yeah.
Because I just think of up a coal, a kid would be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, I remember hearing about the lump of coal as a kid and thinking, I don't even know what coal looks like, but, whatever.
Whatever.
It doesn't seem like a punishment.
Yeah. But we're going to redo this, right?
Right.
You're Santa Claus. You're trying to get modern.
Yeah.
What would you do to a kid that was bad all year?
All right.
Not do to a kid that was bad. And he had this long list of shit that he wanted.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We're assuming that the bad kid still believes in Santa Claus.
Yes. Okay.
So.
Bad kid still believes in Santa Claus.
Yes. Has a laundry list of fucking shit he wants.
Yeah. And
somehow that shit gets delivered to the North Pole.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is reading it, knows the kid's been bad. And it's like, you know what, little Johnny, a lump of coal isn't going to do anything to little Johnny.
We don't do lumps of coal anymore.
Right.
We do
your shit. Reindeer shit.
Reindeer shit. Again, very useful, can be burned for warmth.
Right.
Yeah.
But you could have the reindeer poop in a bag, light the bag on fire, and throw it at the front door.
Well, I think that might be considered arson.
Right.
Legally, Santa is allowed to do everything he does.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast on this recently.
Yeah.
He can come into your home and all that because there's implied consent.
Yeah,
so he's not breaking the law. It's still
weird that he comes down the fucking chimney. I mean, what if you don't have a fucking chimney?
Well, if you've ever seen the Santa Claus, you'll know that one magically morphs and appears in place.
Yeah, but it's still weird, dude.
It is. Now, here's the thing. If you light some shit on fire and throw it at somebody's house,
right,
that is not entering with implied consent. That is arson, which is a felony.
Right. So what are you gonna do for bad little Johnny though? What are you gonna do, man?
That's a great question. I think something like AIDS? That's modern, right?
If you're a bad kid, Santa's gonna give you AIDS.
Yeah, it's not a death sentence anymore, It does seem a little extreme. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Yes.
That's fucking.
I mean, it's just.
You just picture people going, because that reminds me of like being in the early 80s and people were trying to scare you. Because I lived that, right?
Oh, yeah. If you smoke have pot, you could get AIDS.
No, if you have unprotected sex, you're going to get AIDS.
You're going to get AIDS.
You got to get the AIDS. It's like it's like a guarantee.
Yeah.
Like you're going to get AIDS.
Yeah. So maybe.
If you French kiss a girl, kiss a girl,
yeah,
you're going to get AIDS. Like in the late 80s, in the late 80s, especially, dude, that was all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's why I'm laughing.
Okay.
Because it just reminds me of that when people were like really, really afraid of I mean, it's still, don't get me wrong, it's a deadly disease.
Yeah.
Got to make that clear. Don't want to get too dark.
Well, I mean, nowadays they're like they got great treatments.
Yeah.
And, they've cured a few people.
Shit, Magic Johnson's lived forever. He's HIV positive.
Yeah. So good for him.
But he's also rich and probably put a bunch of money into research and all that stuff.
Yeah. And drugs.
Yeah.
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 Also, there's a certain percentage of the population that just have a natural resistance.
Right.
They can contract HIV and it'll never hurt them.
Yeah. It's just.
By the way, boys and girls and everybody else out there, don't go around just sticking your genitals in random stuff with the hope that you have a natural resistance to HIV. Don't do that.
You gotta get AIDS.
Yeah.
You're going to get AIDS.
Yeah. But, okay, so AIDS is maybe a bit extreme.
Yeah. I would just give the kid nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. Just be like, dude, why should I give you something? The best lesson to learn if you're like bad.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You just take his little list that he gave you.
Yeah.
You wrap that up in a little bow and you put it on the table and you write, try again next year.
Yeah. Better luck next year.
Better luck.
All right. Here's one that's relatively harmless, but would devastate a child these days. It's not AIDS. AIDS is we're trying to keep this episode lighter.
Yeah.
This would devastate a child these days, but also it might benefit them. It might actually be good for them in the long run.
What's that?
Santa deletes their TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. For the year.
I was going to say for like the month, but wow, the year.
You got to learn how to be good for a year.
They would be ostracized from their community and their friends for a whole year. They would end up being like one of those weird fucking people
that goes outside and figures out they can actually go outside and play.
Yeah. Like you ever read the book Fahrenheit 451?
No.
I had to read it in high school. Anyway, there's a part of the book where like some punk kids run over a jogger on the side of the road.
Right.
And kind of the consensus with the police and society and all that is, well, it's that guy's fault for jogging. Who the fuck goes outside anymore?
That's all I did when I was a kid, dude.
Yeah.
Go outside and play.
Well, you didn't have a supercomputer in your pocket.
No.
Now all the kids have fucking supercomputers in there. But the computing power in an iPhone is
it's
what
crazy.
A fucking supercomputer was back in the day.
It's crazy. Yeah, so but there was a log one too. There was a log one too that I can't pronounce.
A log one?
Well, yeah, the log shoots out, poops out presents for kids when you're good.
Cajatillo.
Yeah, in wherever it is.
Catalonia. Yeah.
Could you imagine that everybody's gathered around this
log,
and it just starts pooping out presents? Just shooting them out.
Yep. Yeah.
And what if you're a kid though, and you get one of those presents, you open up, and you're like, I don't fucking want this.
Well, first off, I think the log knows what you want and it'll give you what you want if you're nice. If you're naughty, it'll just shit out a turd.
I don't think that's what it is.
Just a straight the log will shit out a straight fucking log.
All it says is the log poops out presents. That's exactly what it says.
Okay, it poops out presents.
And in Japan, you know what they do?
What?
They have a nice big KFC dinner.
That's nice. I like that.
Because KFC did some fancy marketing in Japan around Christmas time.
Yeah, good for them. They're like, celebrate Christmas like American. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I didn't do that. Whatever you guys didn't hear that. It didn't
even sound like it.
But
it didn't even sound like it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, so we're like, hey, celebrate Christmas like an American. See, I'm doing it in my normal American voice now. And with KFC.
Yeah.
How are people going to know better?
Yeah. So, I think they get an 8-piece bucket, with some biscuits.
Yeah.
Some mashed potatoes, some corn.
Yeah. I mean,
they didn't say anything about presents. The thing that I read didn't say anything about presents. I think they just get fucking KFC.
Yeah.
And that's how they celebrate Christmas. Hey, if you're Japan, let me know if that's the truth.
Yeah.
I would figure a place like Japan would have a pretty badass Christmas.
I would think, because Christmas is mostly celebrated in places that have like culturally like a Christian tradition.
Right.
And I don't think Japan is one of those places.
I know they celebrate it somehow.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they just have KFC on Christmas.
Yeah. What's more Christian than KFC?
Anyway, what do you think? You want to keep going?
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we're at like 35 minutes.
Let's keep going.
This is going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one. Guys, what's some other great Christmas traditions? There's
White Elephant gift exchanges.
White Elephant gift exchanges.
I've been to 2.
Yep.
And I've never gotten anything cool.
I've never been to one, but I imagine that
No, wait, take it back. I got 1 year I've been to 3.
Okay.
1 year I got a cigarette.
Hey, handy.
A cigarette.
A cigarette.
A cigarette.
Just a Lucy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because I remember some guy coming to the White Elephant gift exchange and he forgot presents or he was too cheap to buy presents and he just took cigarettes out of his pack and put them in the little thing.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was like, dude, I'm not trading my cigarette for anything. I just sat in my little corner.
With your cigarette.
It's back when I smoked, dude. And I used to bump cigarettes a lot.
Dude, I used to bump tons of cigarettes. I had a move. I'm going to tell you my move.
I used to straight up just be like, can I get a cigarette?
Yeah, and I would do that too, but I had to move because I lived with a bunch of dudes at the time and most of them smoked.
Right.
So I'd like walk out of my room and I'd see a dude in the common area watching TV. I'd be like, hey man, you want to go outside, have a smoke? Then we both go outside and I'd be like, hey, while you're here, could I bum a cigarette?
That's a move.
It's a move. It's kind of shitty. And then eventually they caught on and I would ask, I would be like, hey man, you want to go out, have a smoke?
They're like, fuck you, man.
And they would just throw a cigarette at me.
I used to bump from this one guy and I would be like, hey, can I get a cigarette? And he's like, dude, you got to spread your hustle.
You do got to spread your hustle. Otherwise, it's not fair to the, you know,
You got to spread your hustle. The thing that I'm, aside from the drinking and all that shit that I quit, probably the thing that I'm the happiest. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that I quit drinking and all that shit.
Yeah.
But I'm even more happy that I quit smoking finally.
I love that I quit smoking.
It took me forever to quit smoking.
Yeah.
And it's the best thing that I've ever done.
Yeah. That was a beast of a habit to quit.
Yeah.
But man, it's nice being free of it.
Yeah.
You know something I never understood?
Huh.
And this is as a person who was like nicotine addicted. So this was beyond me. Somebody would say, hey man, can I bum a cigarette? And I'd hand them a cigarette and they look at it and realize it's not the kind of cigarette that they smoke.
Yeah, that was annoying.
And they'll be like, oh, never mind. I only smoke menthols. And I'm just thinking to myself, if you're a fucking nicotine addict,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And if you're not, why the fuck are you trying to steal my tobacco?
Yeah. Yeah. That whole thing was, smoking was just a weird thing.
It was. And
like I said, it's something I'm glad I quit.
Nowadays, it's so weird because it used to be fucking everywhere you go. There's cigarette butts on the ground.
Yeah.
There's people smoke everywhere you go. People smoking. And now it's like weird.
Yeah.
Like a couple of times a week, I'll see somebody having a cigarette.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like spotting an albino deer or something.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something weird? Is a couple of weeks ago, I was at a coffee shop and there was this girl there, kind of my age.
Yeah.
Pretty attractive.
All right.
Right. We were kind of talking in the line.
Yeah.
It was like kind of flirtatious.
Yes.
And I was going to get her number. Right.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, I'm going to go sit outside. And I was like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stay inside because it's a little cold, whatever.
Yeah.
I walk outside because I want to get the digits.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She fucking lights up a cigarette.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, you know what? Nah.
Yeah.
Dude. And I'm like, when did I become that guy?
Yeah. But I got to ask you something. Have you ever had the experience of kissing a smoker as a non-smoker?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah. It's the worst.
It is so
it's
nasty.
so bad.
The first time I did it, I literally thought, oh my God, did this person eat poop?
Yeah. Or like how you could smell them. Like you can smell somebody that just said, the ones that I like are the ones that smoke my brand, like smoke Marlboros. Yeah.
I get it, man.
Like I still fucking to this day, I love the smell of a Marlboro cigarette.
I had changed my brand from Marlboros a good decade before I stopped smoking.
Yeah.
But I still, the fucking smell of them and even that reek on a human being who smokes them, it fucking like, it's tasty. You know, I salivate.
Yeah. So one single smoke at a White Elephant gift exchange.
All right.
Was the worst gift that I don't know. I think that at the time that might've been the best gift I got.
Yeah.
The worst was I got two AA, I got one of those. The worst I remember now.
Okay.
A 9-volt battery.
A 9-volt battery. Yeah. What the fuck are you going to even use?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. No, that's a terrible gift. Yeah. All right. I like it.
And the third one I don't remember because I think I gave it away because you know how you go back and forth on the way to give Elephant gift exchange.
Yeah.
So I never understood them because I'm like, why don't you just get shit people like? And it was all these gag gifts all the time.
Well, yeah, the White Elephant is not about the gifts.
Right.
It's about the social experience.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, man. So that was the last one I went to was the one I got the 9-volt battery at. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with these.
All right.
I don't want to go to these anymore.
Yeah, I've never done one. Just never been.
So Kira's
around
your
one.
wife's holiday party.
Yeah.
You guys don't do a white elephant gift exchange thing?
They do a Secret Santa thing.
Oh, Secret Santa. That's the other one.
And honestly, I excuse myself while they're doing it.
That's the other one that I don't necessarily like, Secret Santa, because like it's cool like if you're with a group of people and you're like, okay, everybody just get gifts for like $20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's always that one friend in the group that's just like, I'm gonna top everybody. I'm gonna fucking get the best one.
Yeah, whatever. I see when they do it here, and they do it every fucking year. But for me, like that's my opportunity
to like bail
of the evening to fucking excuse myself, go take a mega dump.
I was going to say go to the other room and fart.
Go take a mega dump at the far end of the house and just fucking be alone for 30 minutes or whatever.
Catch your breath.
Yeah, catch my breath. Well, you don't want to breathe too deep while you're taking the mega dump.
15 more minutes.
15 more minutes.
15 more minutes. Be jolly and fucking cheerful.
This year,
15 more minutes.
This year it was like a fucking miracle. The bulk of the people were out of here before 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Usually they're here till 11, 12, sometimes 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So whatever. Yeah, I don't. Secret Santa's white elephant gift exchange.
Yeah.
And whatever.
All right.
I think I'm done.
That's a good episode?
Yeah, I think
that's a good episode. Yeah, that's good.
We're like 40. We're like 40 minutes.
Yeah, and my talking about a mega dump made me have to take a mega dump.
Yeah, so
let's just wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. And if you listened all the way through, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Hey, if you could leave us a review, do it. It means a lot.
Yeah, give us any, send us comments or anything.
Yeah,
shit you want us to talk about, we can do that. If you have a favorite Nick Cage movie, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, send us an email at ShayneandI@gmail.com.
Yeah, now you could probably hear in my voice that I really need to go take that mega dump. So
anyway, until next time, people, don't be a dick.